Michael Farmer is the author of Hombrecito's Search, and you told me earlier that that was one of a series.
Right.
What's it about?
Well, the historical context is that in New Mexico, Las Cruces, southern New Mexico, in 1896, a real hard-nut frontiersman who was also an attorney, a newspaper publisher, and a very high-ranking Republican, and his little 8-year-old boy disappeared off the face of the earth near what is now White Sands, New Mexico. 3 days later, while posses were still scanning the desert for them, his chief Democratic rival was accused of murdering them both. And this was Pat Garrett's last big case. The governor brought in Garrett, they brought in the Pinkertons, the whole 9 yards. It took them 3 years to go to a trial. And the trial lasted 18 days, called 75 witnesses. They had night sessions. It went to the jury about 11:30 one night. The defense attorney insisted that rather than the jury adjourning and starting the next morning, they start that day in 8 minutes. They said that the rival was innocent. And so my books begin with the assumption that the little boy actually survived, knew who the bad guys were, and managed to get the real culprits. And that the ones the historians think actually did it, who was a superb gunman, but just really a rancher, didn't. And so I cover the boy's growth, and he's raised by an Apache and an old curmudgeon. And the second novel, which is Hombrecito's Search, they go into Mexico and live with the Apaches down there for a while. Most people don't realize that the Apaches were still raiding across the border as late as 1930. So. And I have a new one called The Trial of Oliver Lee and James Gilliland, which will be out next month, that tells about the trial.
Now, I assume you had to do a lot of research to write these.
Yeah, the first in the series was a finalist for a Spur Award, and I started about 2002, and so I've been researching ever since.
Obviously you enjoy it because you keep writing.
It's great fun.
Okay. Now, the one that's out right now is Hombrecito's Search.
Well, they're both out.
They're both out, and you said you've got another one coming out next month.
That's right.
And what's the title of it?
The trial, it's called Conspiracy, The Trial of Oliver Lee and James Gilliland, and it's called Conspiracy because the defense attorney in his summation pointed his finger at the judge and at the chief prosecutor and said they were engaged in a conspiracy to hang his client, and the territory said that the defendants were engaged in a conspiracy to murder Albert Fountain.
Well, thank you very much for being with us.
It's been my pleasure.
Thank you.